Alright guys, welcome back to my Halloween marathon. I am on day 15 out of 31 days of Halloween worthy games to play during this month. Today I'm going to be quickly recapping Monster Party for the NES. So yeah, if I told you that my last game was perfect for the Halloween season, this one here takes it up a notch. It's almost like if it was made specifically for the Halloween season. Now when this game came out originally in 1989, it was not very widely known at the time of its release. It was made by Bandai, and it was meant to showcase various pop culture horror icons from the past up to the present and kinda mash them all up together into the game's storyline. Now from the cover alone, you can tell that they were going for like a whole type of monster lineup here. I mean, if you look up here on the upper left side, you can clearly see that looks like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors, and the heavy thing in the middle kinda looks like one of the creatures from the movie Critters. The cover by itself is great to look at, and the gameplay is actually good, to which I'm going to get to that pretty soon. Now unfortunately, this game was not very well known when it came out, and I didn't even hear about it until maybe 20 years later, and that was through YouTube. So to start things off, let me just point out the storyline, which is just weird on its own. So some demon looking creature just happens to promote a young boy who's coming home from a baseball game to help him rid his land of evil. The kid's name is Mark, and the demon's name, believe it or not, is Bert. Not a cool name, like, I don't know, let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, so Bert here takes you to his dark realm world and kind of fuses his body into yours, which is going to allow you to become Bert during the game at certain points of time. It's a shame that it's only a short period of time, because Bert can actually fly, and he has like these laser beams coming out of his eyeballs, but for some reason he needs the help of some little kid with a baseball bat. Can somebody explain that to me? Yeah, so basically the game is a side-scrolling platformer which spans about total of 8 levels. So basically the game is kind of like a side-scrolling platformer that spans a total of 8 levels, or 8 worlds. Thankfully, each level has its own password, which means you don't have to start from the beginning of the game, and the password system, thankfully, it's not a pain in the stages are in the following order. First is the overworld, then the dungeon, followed by the cave, the ruins, after that is the lake, then the haunted mansion, the tower, and finally Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate, where have I heard that before?
Good night, everybody.
Okay, moving on. Now the only type of weapon that you get as Mark is the little baseball bat, and unfortunately the distance hit on that is not very long. It's a very short baseball bat, and you're gonna have to let the enemies get really close to you before you start getting some hits. That can be a problem, because this game is brutal. It's not easy, not at all. And some of the enemies that you're going to encounter during this game are just very weird and trippy. I mean, let's look at that. So aside from the fact that you have traditional bosses like Medusa, Dracula, mummies, and stuff like that, you're going to be coming up on some weird ones as well. I mean, take the shrimp boss that turns into an onion ring, which then turns into a shish kebab. And you fight him with the pots from the movie The Fly right in the background. Now, I don't know why, but my favorite one is the pumpkin head guy that just spins around the room and throws little pumpkins at you, but yet he doesn't want to get picked on. Yeah, this game is just so weird that after finding out about it, I'm actually enjoying it and really liking it. Yeah, but this game actually might turn off some people due to the freaking hard difficulty. Oh god, this game is brutal. It's not easy. I mean, I'm dying left and right as I'm playing this, and I'm really trying. And going up against the bosses, I mean, that's almost like suicide. You know, I'm almost sad to think that I let this one pass by when it originally came out, because I feel I would have enjoyed it a lot more back then than I am now, even though I am enjoying it. So there you have it. That one right there is Monster Party. It's not a classic, but it should be one. It takes all the perfect elements of Halloween monsters, monster movies, scenarios from those movies, and kind of brings it all together to bring you this delightful little gem that is just not only fun to play, but it's fun to kind of like nitpick at all the little Easter eggs that were put into the game as far as horror movies and monsters and so forth. Yeah, I would recommend playing this one. It's Not the perfect game, but it's fun to revisit this if you've played it before or if you've never played it. It's just a great game to actually try out, especially now during the Halloween season. You can even pick it up and play it with your little one. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed my little recap of Monster Party here. Be back here for day number 16, where I'm going to be tackling another little unknown game, but this time on the Super Nintendo. Until then,
good night, everybody.